Welcome to the Metal Forge. I am Mark, your host. Tonight I'm going to be pounding out the best in Louisville metal for you guys. And if you want to hear something, all you got to do is email me, Mark at WCHQFM.com. All right, how is everybody tonight? I am doing fine, thanks for asking. Tonight we've got Jeff Gaither in the studio, and let's hear some Revenants by request. This is Lost in Echoes.
From the outside, in the distance where the empty flows my soul. Well, I've been drifting ever further, I am fading to a place I'll see and go. Shattered fragments of the one used to be, touched by the stars that fall me. What a bleeding to death, in you now. Out of control, lost in the house. In my mind, it's a heaven from where I stand to the edge of a darker blue. Well, when you see me, you can touch me, you are only shaking hands with the ghost. Shattered fragments of who I used to be, touched by the scars that follow me. What a bleeding to death, here you now. Out of control, lost in a ghost. Savage calling for a bit too long. Oh, here in this rolling deep, the lost sight of the stars that guide me. I want not, the savage calling for a bit too long. Oh, here in this disconnection, lost sight of the stars that guide me. There's a poison running through the fractures of the broken shell I used to roll.
Oh, hell yes. I am so digging that song by White Knight called Across the Earth. And before that, we had Blood of the Architect by Vamped. Love those guys, too. Vic, Marcus, Troy, all you guys, awesome dudes. And I am in here in the studio tonight with one Louisville legend, in my opinion, Jeff Gaither. Jeff, how are you doing tonight?
I'm slowly being tortured. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right.
You can't say that you're being tortured. We're on Facebook Live. But yeah. So how are you doing? You're slowly being tortured. So
I'm doing okay for the most part.
For the most part? Awesome. Yeah. I'm glad to have you here. I've enjoyed your artwork for quite some time.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and ask you, how did you get your start doing artwork? What formed you as an artist? Was it something, a natural talent?
Yeah, it was a natural talent, basically. I started when I was very, very young, a little kid drawing, and basically my mom and my aunt went to, they both drew, painted, went to Actors Theater, and I always drew when I had comic books.
Right.
Of course, I stole images out of them and drew them or redrew them. Of course, every kid does that, But I started drawing on my own, and basically I started drawing monsters at the time,
Right. That's awesome. I read on your Wikipedia page that you credit your aunt for giving you some of like old Erie and monsters.
Famous monsters and stuff like that. She would bring them over to me all the time. She actually took me to see The Exorcist when it came out. She took me to the drive-in to see a Return of the Living. No, not Return of the Living Dead. It was the first one. It was Night of the Living Dead.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, I've seen those, and it was a lot of that being brought up in that surrounding,
And so that's how you've molded your artwork from those experiences.
Basically, yeah.
A lot of the George Romero, Tobe Hooper type, stuff.
All those movies, Hammer films.
Love them.
Yeah.
Awesome. So other than that, what would be that's pretty much your background is, you just had been doing it from being a kid. So
yeah. And basically, after I got to about 16 or 17, I started finding out about fanzines. And,
okay. Like Maximum Rock and Roll and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's another story right there. But, during the 70s and 80s, fanzines were a lot different than they are now.
Absolutely.
Now they're e-zines, but then they were
actually
fanzines.
Printed.
Yeah, they were printed.
Right.
And they had... most of them had reviews of other zines in the back. And what I would do is basically I'd buy a fanzine, and when I had the fanzine, there was the reviews in the back. What I would do is I would send all of the fanzines that were in the back. I'd send them copies of my artwork, and tell them, if you use my artwork, just send me a copy of your zine.
Wow.
And then, of course, I'd get a copy of a zine, but then I'd get a whole bunch of zines. So what I would do is I would turn around and take those zines and do the same thing. And at the time, I was doing like 40 and 50 a week.
Oh, my gosh.
And, after about, I don't know, probably about a year of doing that, I started adding on to it, saying that if you use my art, also use my ad. And so I got an ad in the zines, and then, of course, it grew from there.
And people seeing it, people then contacting you
right.
and doing commissions.
Right.
Absolutely. That is so cool. I never would have thought. Well, I mean, it makes sense now that, you think about it and everything.
That's another way I got so many covers. I was doing it free for so long.
Right. Absolutely. And, you had made a statement just a few minutes ago about you were ripping off images from those books and drawing them yourself. Well, I mean, musicians do the same thing with cover tunes, playing somebody else's songs. So it all comes full circle, as it were.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Now, what is, out of the magazine, comic type world, what is, in your, for you, what is the most awesome thing you've ever done? Have you been in, like, Heavy Metal Magazine or anything like that?
That's a hard one. In comic books?
Like, take Heavy Metal Magazine, for example, where it's comic art, like trade novels and stuff like that. Anything?
It's hard to say. I had one thing in Fangoria.
Awesome.
And but I can't really think of anything that's my favorite.
Still, I mean, to have something in Fangoria, that's pretty cool, because it's
been a while back.
But still, that's a huge thing to have. That's awesome. How, if I can kind of peek behind the curtain here, how do you work when you do art, when you do your art?
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about a band or me just drawing, or
How about a band, an album cover?
Okay, well, basically they get a hold of me, and they can get a hold of me different ways, through the web, or just heard of me and call me up, whatever, and I will talk to them about the ideal that they have.
Right.
And usually it's, they have an ideal already, or they will say that I can run with it, which is basically me doing whatever I want. And that's basically the best way to do it. I mean,
absolutely,
I do my best art when I get to do what I want. Plus, I like it that way, anyways. And then from there, I do roughs, and they get to approve the roughs. Then I do the inks. Then they approve the inks, and then I do the finished artwork. Then they finally get the finished artwork for their printer.
Awesome. Do you, if you were to run with it, it's whatever
I want to do.
Whatever you want to do. And do you have to get into a certain headspace? Do you listen to like a rough cut of their album and go from that?
A lot of times I don't have their music, but usually I'll get the name and like a list of their music, and I go by that.
Awesome.
And they might mention something like roaches or something, you know what I mean?
And
they might mention one thing, and then I use that in the concept.
That's pretty cool. So if I were to say, hey, Jeff, I want you to make something like with a skeleton and just go from there. And whatever you come up with is what it'll be.
Yep.
Awesome. Now, I do know a little bit of your past with, like, you actually do some Ed Roth style stuff as well, don't you?
Yeah, well, that has a reason. I worked with him for about 5 years in the 80s. A friend of mine, R.K. Sloan, he's passed away now, but he had some of his stuff hanging up in his house, and Roth happened to see it and give me a call and asked me if I wanted to work with him.
and it's awesome because I think you have complementary styles of one another.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody out there in Radio Land doesn't know who Ed Daddy Roth is, he does stuff like real hot roddy, hot rod type artwork. Rat Fink is a big is one of his creations. Is that correct?
Big cars and
Yeah,
big
cars
monsters,
and
big
monsters.
wheels. Yeah,
Awesome stuff.
It was cool though. He, at working with him for 5 years, I learned a lot of stuff. I mean, he called me Gaither most of the time and wrote checks out to me, get called Gaither. I had to keep telling him to say on the checks, I said, spell it Gaither.
Oh, my
You know,
gosh.
not Gator.
Because then you couldn't cash the checks. You
Yeah.
have to create a secondary,
Yeah.
also known as this person.
Plus, it was cool. I mean, you know, at one time he sent me he was on tour with Domino's, and he had sent me a check or a booklet, and it was full of coupons for pizza. So we ate like pizza for a month.
That's so cool. Do you have a favorite artist?
I'd say R.K. Sloan is one. I mean, there's quite a few artists that I really like. R.K. Sloan, XNO, I call him Zeno, you know, Giger,
Absolutely.
Salvador Dali. I mean, you know, there's tremendous amount of artists out there, especially with the internet now. You can find all kinds of artists out there that are really great.
Very much. So when it comes to, like, you said Dolly, obviously, modern artist as well. Are you a fan of classic art or anything like that? You know, not necessarily, you know, like Van Gogh, Michelangelo, people.
Well, I like their
1800s.
stuff, Picasso and, you know, stuff like that. But, yeah, I like some of the older stuff.
Okay. Because it seems like you can see some of the idea with your stuff, but then it's like your own thing is what I've noticed. So you do draw some inspiration from it.
I would say a little, but not
But nothing
really.
nothing huge. Not
Really.
Right. Okay. Well, cool. So do you have this is a kind of a deep question here. Do you have a real life situation that has inspired a lot of your art?
A what?
A real life situation, you know, like just anything like in real life that's affected you to fuel the fire for your artwork.
I do. I don't know if this fueled it, but it probably put a match to it a little bit more. I don't know. My mom and my dad got a divorce, and my dad come to get me the first time for like a visitation, and when he come got me, we went and seen a show and everything. And when he come back, he had actually had a shovel handle with him, and he beat my mom and my aunt.
Oh, my
both
gosh.
about beat them to death. And my aunt died about a month later from an aneurysm, which I think was caused from it.
that.
Yeah, and you know, I think that had a little to do with it. I don't know,
Oh my gosh.
because I do a lot of violent artwork, but then some people think it's just funny artwork too.
I think it's a serious artwork. I think it's, you know, reading the tagline to the website, it's artwork for the criminally insane.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it absolutely is. But you've got some cool local bands that you're a fan of. And, you know, I met you at one of the local shows. So let's listen to one of them right now. This is a band called Cryptic Hymn, and this is Wretched Stimulation on the Vast Unknowing EP that just came out.
Thank There's a price, trying to
My name is Michael Logston. Listen in every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. to the Saturday Afternoon Wind-Up. We bring you music, words of wisdom, and just generally get you ready for the Saturday evening. So tune in and keep it on WCHQ FM.
It's 33 degrees.
It's 7:31.
Time for the WCHQ Concert View, a service of WCHQ 100.9 FM and Leo Weekly, Louisville's eccentric observer since 1990. Pick up your free copy at any of Leo's 500 distribution points to read smart and irreverent news, commentary, music, and arts coverage.
All right, this is your WCHQ Concert View for Thursday, January 24th. I'm Ed. Let's take a look at what's shaking and baking in the Louisville area this evening. All right, starting up here in St. Matthews, Jossie Lauren is performing tonight over at Gersel's Place. Oh Me is at Zanzibar starting tonight at 8 o'clock. KJ Joe Carpenter is at Mr. G's in Middletown starting tonight at 9 o'clock. Dallas Moore is at Merle's Whiskey Kitchen starting tonight at 8 o'clock. Miller and the Hunks, Laurel and the Lovin', Delafay, and the Captain the Ship are at the Mag Bar tonight starting at 8 o'clock. Bed Paul, Wintermute, Tender Mercy are all over at the Kaiju tonight starting at 9 o'clock. Shannon Vetter is at Goodwood Brewing tonight starting at 8 o'clock. Dustin Keller is at Wick's Pizza in Middletown starting tonight at 7 o'clock. Frankie Moody is live at Louisville Billiards Club starting tonight at 9 o'clock. The Louisville Hot Club is at the Hell or High Water Bar starting tonight at 7 o'clock. Over at Stevie Ray's Blues Bar, it is the Thursday night throwdown kicking off at 8 o'clock. The Serenades are live at Levy at the River House starting tonight at 7 o'clock. Matt Kalin is at O'Shea's Irish Pub tonight starting at 8 o'clock. Midland is at PBR starting tonight at 8 o'clock. The Jacob Duncan Quintet is over at Jimmy Can't Dance, and that starts later tonight at 9 o'clock. The Isolation Tank Ensemble are at the Highlands Tap Room tonight starting at 10 o'clock. Noise Body, Otis Jr., and Dom D are over at the Careless Lounge starting tonight at 8 o'clock. And the big event of the night for a second night in a row, Cincinnati's Walk the Moon is at the Mercury Ballroom, and that kicks off tonight starting at 8 o'clock.
This has been your WCHQ Concert View. If you've got a gig you'd like to let us know about, head over to WCHQFM.com and hit the icon at the top of the screen that says List Your Gig.
All right, thank you, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Before the concert view, thanks, Ed, for that. We had Blood... Oh, hang on, I lost it here. Blood Curse doing Angel Witch, and Cryptichem, of course, Wretched Stimulation. Again, we're here in the studio with Jeff Gaither. So let's continue our talk here, Jeff. What do you dislike about the art world?
Oh, what do I dislike about the art world? I don't know. Maybe artists that think they're something
Easy.
don't stink.
Almost had a slip there. Whoa.
Yeah.
Overzealous artists.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, that's... And galleries, you know, I don't know. Galleries thinking that they have to have a special type of artwork for you to show your artwork in. Right.
Absolutely. Like, you know, that was one of the things I noticed with people who do, like, Bob Ross style painting. And a lot of galleries don't consider it artwork. And it is. To me, it is anyways.
Yeah.
So, what do you dislike about your artwork? I mean, I know this is probably a loaded question, that everybody's their own worst enemy kind of thing. They their own worst critic. But do you like don't draw hands well, or you know that you just nothing like, you know, not like a nitpicking aspect.
Well, the only thing that I don't really draw is normal looking people. People that ask me if I could do a portrait or something, I always tell them that if you say someone comes up and says, "Can you do my family as a portrait
Right.
And I tell them if they were hit by a car, I can.
Wow.
Because basically, I just don't do normal looking people.
Absolutely. I actually, when I was sharing the page for the show tonight, that was one of the things that I'd put on there is the self-portrait you did of yourself, your self-portrait with the knife in your head and the stitches.
Actually, that was done by other people.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, that was done by, I can't remember their names, but it's the people that work at Preston Arts.
Oh, wow. Yeah, absolutely. Love that store. I go there quite often to pick up some paint for when I do stuff. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm reading questions over here. I'm probably not being a good interviewer.
It's all right.
Do you do any research before you do a piece?
No, not really.
No, you
No,
just go with it.
I just go with it. I run with it, so to speak.
Absolutely. And since you said that, it's you don't draw normal people, that if you run with it, you're technically running with scissors, I assume. So.
Yeah, you are, because you could actually draw something that the band normally would hate, or whoever you're doing it for, but I've never really had that problem.
Right. Now, you've done artwork, and if anybody else, doesn't know this or anything, you can go to jeffgaither.com and see the list of people that you have done artwork for. And looking at it right now, like Mountain Mirrors, Municipal Waste, Fried Brains, G.G. Allen, The Murder Junkies, Guns N' Roses. Do you have a favorite of those that you've done? A favorite piece for somebody big that you've band-wise that you've worked for?
Not really. I just enjoy doing the artwork.
Right. And it's all different. It's it's different for each person, for each band.
Yeah, totally.
Like you were posting on Facebook a few weeks ago the old horror Tales of Horror type comic.
Oh, you're talking about
where it was like the comic cover from the old Tales of Horror, and I really enjoyed that because it's like, I really like that older style. It had the like the little demon.
Yeah, that's the one where I actually was posting
the progression. Yes,
the progression. Yeah,
and that was really awesome.
That was Perfect Monster.
Yes, that's it. Perfect Monster. I really did enjoy that a lot. So how do people get a hold of you?
Well, they can get a hold of me through my website, which is jeffgaither.com, or through Facebook, which is I'm on there all the time, or they can just get a hold of me by calling me, but I ain't giving my phone number
right
here.
And I wouldn't ask you to do that. Do you have a dream project you would ever want to have?
I'd like to do an album cover for. Let me think. Now I can't think of his name.
It's Overload, isn't it? No,
it is Overload. That's right, it is Overload.
Yes,
it's Rocky Erickson.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
13th floor elevators and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I love it. I would love to do a cover for him.
And if anybody out there doesn't know who he is, check him out seriously, because he does do some awesome work.
Actually, I did a show based on him before.
Really?
Yeah, it was called Burning Temples.
Absolutely, and I remember that from Modern Cult Records. Go ahead and tell us about that. What was the genesis of Burning Temples?
Well, basically, it was all the paper that I used was from Bibles.
Was from the same Bible, or?
Yeah, same Bible.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I would tear a page out and draw a picture that was based on one of Rocky's songs.
See, I didn't know that. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, I like the two-headed dog. I draw a two-headed dog. There was a bunch of them in there that I think I did 50 drawings.
Absolutely,
all based on his music.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I do remember going to the show up at Modern Cult when it was still on Frankfurt Avenue for that. You actually had done a centerpiece,
which was the Bible
which
itself.
Was the rest of the Bible itself.
And it was burning churches.
Right.
Inside of it.
Do you are all of those gone? Do you still sell those?
They're all gone.
They're all gone.
Wow.
Yeah. Because that was about about 4 or 5 years ago, right? Is that about 2014 ish?
About 3 years ago.
About 3 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, anything coming up that you want to knock out?
Let's see. I've got a show that's coming up for. I'm trying to think.
Or where it would possibly be, or anything like that?
Well, I've got one thing I'm doing is a thing where people can watch me draw at Preston Arts. That's March 19th, I think.
Yeah, I believe I saw you post that.
Yeah.
And I will go ahead and after the show, I will get on to your Facebook page and I'll share your links to your upcoming shows.
Yeah, okay, that'd be good. Yeah, March 9th is it. And then I've got some other shows, but I just can't think of them. My wife keeps track of everything.
Absolutely. What couldn't you go without artistically? Other than, a pen or a pencil.
My hand, of course.
Well, yes.
What couldn't I go without?
Yeah. I mean, would you, I assume you would find anything, however you would be able to, it would be art, right? I mean, you couldn't go without it, I'm sure. You would find a way.
I would find a way to draw because basically, drawing is my life. I have to do it. I mean, without drawing, I'd go nuts.
Right.
I mean, seriously.
And you were talking earlier about suffering from panic attacks, and I don't want to bring that if it's a touchy subject.
What is?
Does it about being anxiety attacks and stuff?
No, it ain't touchy.
And I assume your art helps with that. Is that correct?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I have panic attacks like every day, and my nerves are crazy all the time. I have nerve problems all of the time. And 2 things that help me is, one is drawing all the time, and the other one, of course, is my wife. It helps me.
Absolutely. And we can go ahead and shout out to Stacy because I know we can see her on the Facebook Live. So, hi, Stacy. How are you? All right, so right now I'm going to play a local band here. I played them last week. I dig them a lot. Let's listen to some 12-gauge reaction by the Hookers. We'll come back after a song or two. We'll get some final words from Mr. Jeff Gaither here, Louisville legend, and we'll play on the metal.
Don't give me a love, I got love going out of control. days, loser vanished to evil ways. To the mythos of the gods, in your pantheon shall you rise. Orphans to Olympus, bring your mountain down. Orphans to Olympus, bring your mountain down.
All right, and that was Overload with Decade Gone. In the studio, we have Jeff Gaither. Been having a pretty cool conversation so far. I was showing before, if you're on the Facebook live stream, I was showing some stuff on there where it's the 5x7 ink series that you're doing. Roughly, how much are they?
Oh, $35.
$35.
Yep.
Awesome. And you can find those on the Facebook page, correct? Right. It's just a post that you're going to make whenever you do them, and
yeah,
and there
basically
they go.
in between jobs I do them.
Absolutely. Which I absolutely love the one that I got from you.
Thank you.
It's different. It's
one I was playing with, basically.
Awesome. It's kind of like a Jason Voorhees mask with teeth sticking up out of the mouth of it, with a big underbite and big sharp venom-like teeth. So I want to ask you a few other questions here before we're done for the night. What jobs have you ever done other than being an artist?
I was an art director for a long time, for about, well, I have to go back. I was actually started in the warehouse, and then went from the warehouse to doing testing lamps, and then went from testing lamps to doing boxes. This is all the same place. I worked at the same place for like 30-something years.
Oh, wow.
And I just kept working my way up until I got to the art director.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then I decided it was time to quit and do my artwork.
Full time.
Yeah, full time.
And that's been going well?
It's going well, but it's it's like anything else. It's a roller coaster.
Absolutely. Do you have a most embarrassing moment? Just something, if you've seen This Is Spinal Tap, have you ever had anything like that happen to you? Anything, that's...
I got a real embarrassing moment, but it don't have nothing to do with art.
No?
No.
Oh, no.
So you want to hear it?
Sure, why not?
Okay, this was with my ex-wife, okay?
Uh-oh.
So I used to get up in the middle of the night and eat food. All right, so I get up and get me a fudgesicle. Okay, so I'm eating this fudgesicle, and I get back in bed, and I'm eating the fudgesicle. Apparently, I fall asleep. All right, so in the morning when my wife gets me up, I get up, and as I get up and walk away, my ex screams at me, "Oh, my God, you in your pants."
Oh, no. Oh, no. That's crazy.
That's an embarrassing moment.
And that does sound like an embarrassing moment. Absolutely. Oh, my God. I couldn't. It gives that whole new meaning to the, blank the bed.
Yeah.
So do you have anybody you want to do any shout-outs to or anything like that?
Just people that have always, enjoyed my art and have always told me how it has affected them. And, but basically that. I mean, people that enjoy my art, like my art, talk and always talk to me about how it has affected them over their period of their life and stuff like that. I mean, that means a lot to me.
Good deal. Well, Jeff, thank you. I appreciate you coming in tonight. Like I said, I've always enjoyed your artwork. I do have some of it hanging on my wall. I'm about to have some more hanging on my wall. I appreciate that. And thank you so much for coming out. And everybody, seriously, check out jeffgaither.com. Find him on Facebook. Get into this art because, it's awesome to me. And I really appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
So before we go, I want to plug the next week's guest is going to be Jason William Allen from Poetry of the Dead. He's going to be coming in, doing some songs on acoustic live in the studio with me. And we're going to end tonight on some Stonecutters and Stagecoach Inferno. Thank you all. Have a great evening. I will see you next week.
The way you walk is thorny, through no fault of your own. But as the rain enters the soil, the river enters the sea. So tears run to a predestined end. Find peace for a moment, my son.